First, we are hearing from Republican gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So first, we want to point out our latest poll. It does show that Governor Gretchen Whitmer has a lead, an 11-point lead. What are you going to do to win over voters and close that gap in these final days before the election? What is your message to voters?
Well, the polling that we saw at the end of last week and early this week has us in a statistical tie, so we feel good that our message is getting out. And it's exactly what we talked about last night, what we can do to move the state forward, what we can do when we're headed into a recession to make sure we get money back into the pockets of people and stand up for parents' rights. That's what I'm hearing across the state of Michigan. Parents are concerned about what's happening in schools, and you could clearly see last night Gretchen Whitmer was not going to stand with the parents on these issues.
Okay, we want to talk about moving forward in just a second, but first I want to take a look back, as you've been pretty critical of how Governor Whitmer handled the pandemic. I want you to be specific, and specifically how you would have handled things and what you would have done differently.
Well, first and foremost, our students would never have been out of school for as long as they were with Gretchen Whitmer in office. And she can say they were out for 3 months, but parents were texting me all night saying we're appalled that she stood on that stage and lied about it. We would have made sure our kids got back into school. I would have made sure we did not put COVID positive patients into nursing homes. And I would have made sure we did not remove our fraud detection system on unemployment.
You mentioned also last night that you're going to address the inflation issue. People are paying so much money right now, and it's a struggle for a lot of families. So when we talk about your plans for the budget and how you're going to put more money back into pockets, can you be more specific about what exact plans you have to try to help Michiganders?
Well, we've already seen that the legislature has come to the governor and asked to have 2 reductions in the income tax. I'd like to get the income tax, the personal income tax, reduced immediately. But also, we have a tax surplus right now. We have a surplus in the state of Michigan. There is a massive amount of cost in gasoline right now. If you look across the country, Michigan has some of the highest prices in gas right now, and we could easily give people a gas tax holiday. This was also presented to the governor, and even though she says she'd be interested in doing it now, she vetoed it when she had the opportunity.
All right, Tudor Dixon talking with us live here this morning after the debate last night. Thank you so much for being with us. We know that they spent about 10 minutes last night talking about abortion and Proposal 3. We have that on clickondetroit.com if you want to go and take a look at what each candidate had to say there. Thank you so much for joining us.